looking in the mirror and seeing your entire identity written on your face and not on your passport. A symbol could hold information about your tribe, your family, and your history. Now imagine growing up and being told to hide it. That's the story of African tribal marks. And today we are going to talk about it. The truth, the beauty, and the pain. And why it still matters. Welcome to Zara Mall Africa, where we celebrate African culture, identity, and creativity. Because Africa is not just a place, it is a story. And today's story is one of the most misunderstood traditions in African history. We are talking about tribal marks and scarification. Let's be honest, when most people hear tribal marks, the first reaction is, why would anyone do that? But here's the truth. Tribal marks were never random. They were never meaningless. In a time before IDs or documents that proved who you are, your body was your identity card. Let's take a journey across Africa to explore the different types of tribal marks in different African cultures. In West Africa, among the Yoruba people, we had marks like abaja, horizontal lines across the cheeks, pele, clean vertical lines across the cheeks, owu, unique curved designs of lines across the cheek, and each one of these lines told different stories and not just the general, oh, I'm from Yoruba land. The Pele tribal mark is a Yoruba scarification style consisting of 3 vertical lines often used to signify lineage from Ile-Ife, Ibadan, or Ijebu-Ode. And it serves as a means of identification, beautification, and cultural pride marker among the people. It also signifies family heritage and status. Also, among the Igbo people, we have the Ichi marks or Ugbo Ichi, where a traditional facial scarification ritual is done, particularly among the Inri people, signifying high-ranking membership in the Nze Na Ozo nobility society. Serving as a sign of prestige, purity, and honor, these marks often featured circular patterns or lines, and they are cut into the forehead and cheeks, signaling to other bearers or other people the spiritual elevation and immunity of the person bearing the marks. This practice largely faded in the 1930s due to missionary influence and social changes. Now, when you travel to South Sudan, among the Dinka and Noah people, young boys will go through initiation and receive forehead scars. Tribal marks in the Dinka culture of South Sudan, usually 3 parallel lines or a V shape of the forehead, signifying the transition to manhood, cultural identity, and courage. These permanent marks are often created during initiation to indicate clan affiliation and demonstrate endurance because crying during the process is seen as weakness. In Ethiopia, among the Soma and Mosi women, raised scars on the body were seen as beauty. Yes, beauty. The Soma value their scars and place significant meaning on each of them. Women create various scars by cutting their skin with a sharp blade after lifting it with a thorn to create beautiful design. From different designs, different swells, intricate dotted patterns that bear the significance of their culture and meaning of beauty. So why would anyone go through this? Like, let's break it down. First of all, you think of identity. You think of it as a surname, but visible. It is basically shown everywhere you go. People know where you are from. Without tribal marks in some communities, you were considered an outsider. No access, no full acceptance. Before the world told us what beauty should look like, Africa already had its own standards. And guess what? Smooth skin wasn't even part of those standards. Some marks were believed to protect against evil and against death, especially for children. How does scarification and tribal marks relate to slave trade history? Let's go. Now, here's where the story gets heavy. During the transatlantic slave trade, millions of Africans were taken from their homes. Their names were erased. Their languages were lost. Their cultures stripped away. But one thing remained, their tribal marks. On slave ships, on plantations, those marks became something powerful. People from the same tribe could recognize each other at an instant, without speaking, without any introduction. In a place designed to erase identity, the skin still told the truth. It is like a permanent data encryption system. But there's another side. Sometimes those same marks made them easier to recognize and categorize. And it made controlling by the slave traders even easier. So what once gave them identity also became a part of their struggle. Years later, after slavery ended, some Africans returned home to places like Lagos, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. And for some of them, their tribal marks helped them reconnect. Someone would look at them and say, "Oh, you're one of us. You're from this particular tribe, or you're from this household." But for others, they had the marks, but not the meaning. Imagine carrying your own identity on your face, but not knowing what it means because you've been disconnected from your people for so long. That is a different kind of loss. Fast forward to today, in this present day, things have changed. Many people hide their tribal marks, feel insecure about them, or face judgment because of them. And in many places, the practice has been banned. But here's the interesting part. The desire for identity, it's still there. It never left. Today, we express it differently. Through fashion, through hair, through jewelry, through culture, through our African lifestyle. At Zara Mall, we see it every day. When someone wears a simple piece of Ankara, Adire, Ashoke, coral beads, or whatever that represents their culture for them, they are doing something similar to what tribal marks once did. They are saying, "This is who I am, and I am a reflection of my culture, a reflection of my people, a representation of the African culture." So maybe the question isn't, why did Africans have tribal marks? I think the real question here should be, why did we stop understanding them? And why did we settle for their erasure? Because beyond the scars, there was meaning, there was pride, there was identity. Now, if you believe in celebrating identity and African culture in every form, subscribe, share this video, and join us. Because at Zara Mall Africa, we are not just selling African products, we are telling African stories. Shop authentic Afrocentric made in Africa products on www.zaramall.com today. Live authentically African. Bye.